You know when you're watching a series and something just keeps bothering you over and over again. It's kind of like, where have I seen this art style before? Why do I recognize this? Why am I so bothered by this? It's like it seems like such an iconic art style. I should know where this is from. And only when I start making notes for this videos and finding more information about this stuff do I realize it's from Helsing. Noob. Intro.
Shut up and sit down.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys. Welcome to Chris is Talking. This is my first episode weekly review reaction thingamajiggy. Title will be titled a lot smoother than what I just said. Of Drifters episode 1, made? Who says made? Mangaka Koto Hirano, and as I mentioned a second ago, yes, the art style, if you would have noticed, if you were someone like me watching this episode, you would have been like, where have I seen this before? Why am I so bothered by this? Helsing, he's the main like artist and mangaka for Helsing, so that's why you may see a lot of the same similarities in how the characters are drawn and expressions and the art style and stuff like that. And obviously Helsing, when it's animated, was by a different studio, but how the characters look and the facial structures and stuff is quite, it really resembles, not even quite, it really resembles some of the characters from Helsing. So I'm really happy I finally got that off my chest. Helsing, what do I think of it? It's a very, very, very interesting series. Now, obviously, I don't know a thing about this series, Drifters. I haven't read the manga. I've kind of avoided the kind of connections or the videos and the reviews about the manga and all that kind of stuff, just so then I can try and get into a series like fresh, because recently I've been reading so many mangas and like I'm just blowing through manga. When a new series comes out, I'm like, oh yeah, I've been reading that. Oh yeah, I can't believe that's out. So with this, considering there's such a hype behind the series, I was really intrigued to see where this series would be taking us, what kind of series this would be. For crying out loud, I didn't even know that it was going to be in like the samurai era. I had no idea about that. That being said, even though it was in the samurai era, I found that the MC, he was wearing like clothing that kind of resembled JoJo, and not okay. There's several JoJos, but JoJo season 2 was not Jonathan, Joseph Joestar. It reminded me of Joseph Joestar and how he's kind of cocky, slash his hairstyle, slash his facial structure, slash his jacket, just how he was quite JoJo or Joseph-esque. And yeah, he would have been a very interesting JoJo. I don't know what, I've been watching so much JoJo recently. I'm just kind of like, JoJo. Talking about JoJo, reviews for JoJo will be coming very soon. It's just I find it kind of weird to just jump into reviews halfway through a season. So I'm going to be doing reviews for that once this season part 4 is completed. So subscribe for that and all my other good shit. Apart from that, let's go more into this review. Okay, so in this, we get kind of thrown right into the beginning. We'll just get thrown into a war, straight up into a war. And this is quite graphic. So for you guys who haven't actually watched this episode, but are watching this review, don't know why you're doing that. But heads up, warning, this is quite graphic. I mean, yeah, I've been watching Tokyo Ghoul, the Netflix version, which was pretty much fucking watered the fuck down. But yeah, you see everything. Like, the first thing you see is the MC. He's just cutting up people. He's holding a head in the other hand. I'm like, all right. But when you see the tags that come with this, seinen, it's a seinen series, so immediately it's not going to be like the usual shonen series where like things will just be kind of what literally. First 30 seconds we see deaths. We see more deaths than I've seen in quite a few animes in like the whole series in 30 seconds, and I like that. I like that they weren't afraid to show us how graphic war can be, how I don't know, just how disgusting war can be. It's pretty cool, and also how the MC, he was enjoying himself, and it's good that we got to see that there's nothing wrong with the MC. He's enjoying himself a bit too much. He's a war-hungry person, but not in the way that Guts in Berserk is, when he's just like hating everything. He's loving the fuck out of this. So it was really interesting to see where he's going to go. And obviously, spoiler alert, I don't know why I'm saying spoiler alert. You guys should have seen the episode. So watch the episode first and come back to this review if you have to. But literally, the MC dies? And I'm like, huh? Whoa. How's he going to survive this? MC kind of dies, ends up in some hallway kind of place. And yeah, there's a guy who looks like he's in modern-ish times. I'm going to say like 1960s, very earliest of 1970s, sitting there at a desk, like cigar. Was he smoking? I don't know. He was just there. He had like a sign saying on break or on lunch. Flipped it over and it said next. And it's kind of like, what the hell? If you've seen Matrix, it kind of reminds me of the main guy in the room of all screens, but instead of screens, it was like doors. Now think about it, there's a guy with doors as well. But anyway, basically, there's a guy. There is a guy, and this guy, so much mystery behind him. I like the mystery behind him, how we don't know what the fuck is going on. How we know as much as the main character. The main character doesn't know shit. We don't know shit. Well, obviously, anime only, you don't know shit. We're just kind of just watching this like, what the hell? What the hell? Like, is this going to be supernatural? Is this going to be powers? What's kind of going on here? MC gets thrown through a door portal thing, ends up in another world. This world is kind of like the normal world, but like straight off the bat, we get to see these people with giant elf ears speaking in a language that doesn't sound Japanese. And I like that they clarified that it's not Japanese, and that the way the MC was speaking didn't sound like theirs, so, and then they didn't sound like the MC, so it's kind of like, all right, what the fuck is going on here? So definitely a different country at the very least, but I'm going to say different world, because when you get introduced to the other characters, the elf people drag the MC to like another secluded part of the woods to another human, which is pretty cool. So in this episode we get introduced to at least 2 humans. 3 technically by the end of the episode. So we get to see the MC. Name is, I wrote his name down somewhere. Fuck, Toyohisa. Then we get introduced to the female chick, who we end up finding out her name is Yoichi, which I was like, oh, it kind of reminds me of Yoichi, you know, from Bleach. Anyways. Then we also get introduced to Nubonga, which kind of reminds me of the name from Hunter. So either Nubonga is either the chick with the gun or the guy with the sword. Uvo. I watch so much anime, yeah, that my names for characters are fucking blending. But yes, basically names that you recognize, voice actors that you recognize, and I like the voice acting, I like the art style, I like the graphic content, I like the fact that I know fuck all about what's going on, I don't know where it's going. And I think this is something that you get from watching a seinen series. With a seinen series, you never know where you're going. With shonen series, as it's aimed at the younger demographic, you're looking at more teens to young adults. There comes to a point where you know where certain things are gonna go. With this, when the main character almost gets killed in the first episode, you're like, what the fuck? Like, are you the main character? Or is this from somebody else's point of view? What is actually going on? I like that in this episode, by the very end, we kind of get a little bit of world building. We have to see another human-ish kind of looking person, but doesn't recognize the other people as humans. They recognize the other 3 people, the other main characters, as drifters, and this is when we get the title of the anime. So I'm very interested to see what the title of drifter actually is. Do they have powers? Because the 3 different characters that we get introduced to, they're from the same world but different timelines. So the chick who looks so badass, Yuichi, she's from like 400 years prior to the main character. So there's that. And then the second character we get introduced to, Nobunga, the third one, whatever his name is, Nobunga, he's like from like 18 to 20 years prior to the main character. So we get like a little timeline of what's going on and how many things have changed. And I like the conversation that they had. We do get quite a lot of comedy in this, which I was actually kind of surprised about. I didn't think there was going to be as much comedy, but there actually was some comedy, which was good. It was a bit hit or miss for me sometimes because of how dark the theme was and how like just how the episode seemed. I wasn't expecting that much comedy, but maybe as the series goes along, I might be enjoying the comedy a bit more, or I might be able to get exactly what they're kind of doing with this. Did anybody else out there realize or think personally that the one guy looked like the other guy from Gangster? You know, in Gangster, got those 2 main characters. You got the guy who can't speak, and you got the other guy with the sword, or the guy. You have the other guy with the gun. Why do I stutter sometimes? Yeah. You have the other guy with the gun, and it reminded me of that guy from Gangster. Some aspects of this anime reminded me of Gangster, Usho Totoro, and Hellsing. So it's kind of like a weird love child of those, but obviously it is directly connected from the mangaka of Hellsing, so that's why it looks such like Hellsing. Anyways, what did you guys think of this episode? I personally enjoyed this episode. Obviously, it's only episode 1. We don't know what the fuck's going on, so only when we get all the episodes back to back will we actually know what the fuck is actually going on. So anyways, I'm interested in this because I'm interested in stories where I can't find out the end, and I'm hoping we get more characterization, world building, a deep plot, and yeah, some other stuff. Obviously, these things should be hit because I've heard great things about Drifters. Not like spoilers or anything, but I've heard like literally people say, "Oh my god, Drifters is coming out as an anime," and I'm like, "Alright, cool. Hush, keep that to yourself." So yeah, guys, thank you for watching this review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. What do you guys think of the episode? Do subscribe for weekly reviews. I'm going to be doing reviews for other episode 1s of this season of anime, so subscribe definitely for that, and turn your notifications for when I post up reviews and all that kind of good stuff. Have a great Saturday, guys. Peace.